Hi, this is Shelly Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at the National Investment Banking Association Conference right here in Midtown, New York City, 2012. I am with Michael Houlihan and Bonnie Harvey of Barefoot Wine. They're the founders of BarefootWine.com. They're a private company. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael and Bonnie, welcome to SNN Live.
Thank you very much, Shelly.
Thank you, Shelly.
Good to have you.
Nice to be here in New York.
All right. For those of you who haven't heard of it or haven't drunk it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let Michael tell us about Barefoot.
Barefoot Wine is now the largest wine brand in the United States. What's interesting about it is it got there without advertising. Bonnie and I are the people who put the DNA together for that brand. And what we're doing today is helping other companies develop their DNA so that they can get to the pre-micro cap and beyond.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't we all want to be in the wine business? I mean, it's like, you go to Palo Alto, and if you go anywhere in Napa, it's the most beautiful place to be. Let me ask you, is that where you're located, around there?
Absolutely. That's why we chose to live in Northern California. It was to be in that kind of country. It's very beautiful, and being in the wine industry sounds very romantic, but it's a business. And just like selling a can of beans, you've got to get into the store. It's not going to sell.
That's a good point. So how many years ago did this go from an idea on the kitchen table to reality?
It started in 1985. In 1986, we bottled our first wine. It took us 10 years to really get into the national distribution system, and so we know quite a bit about how that's done. It was we call it a get-rich-slow scheme, but it's a get-rich scheme.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what they have to teach to you is from their experience. So this is, not to use, a salty dog team, but this is a salty dog team that's been there and done that. So now what we're going to talk about is what's new? What are you guys doing that you have never done before? Can you tell me that?
We're writing a book about our experiences. We started in our laundry room with no experience, with no money, and we built a bestseller, and we did it all without paid advertising.
Okay. So now you're going to, so you read the book, obviously, and you'll be able to do the same exact thing.
Well, actually, the Barefoot Spirit is a business book, but, we've read hundreds of business books, and they're all lists. Here's the 5 things you got to do, to be a success. Here's the 7 things you should never do. Here's the 12 things to watch out for. And by chapter 2, you're all listed out, and you're falling asleep. You put the book down, you never finish it.
We didn't do that.
We didn't do that. We wrote a business adventure story. It's about this couple who is a business couple, and they start in their laundry room, and they apply business principles and out-of-the-box ideas and business philosophies to the wine business, of all things, and they're very successful as a result. It doesn't mean that they don't get their butts kicked, because they do.
Okay, so everybody's going to want to know, where did the name Barefoot come from? Who wants to take that one?
Well, I didn't know about the wine industry when we started, and I was intimidated by wine because I didn't speak French. I couldn't pronounce what was on the label. So I said, if we're going to get into the wine industry, it better be something that I can pronounce. So that's one reason that we've got a foot on the label. Another thing is friendly. It's physically as far away from nose in the air as possible. So you
need a nose right down in the wine. You
need a nose in the wine, but not in the air. And the wine industry was pretty stuffy at the time. So we were looking for something that was friendly, something that was approachable for the everyday person, and so our mission was best wine, best price, and we achieved that.
So let me see if I can summarize this. Here's what I want to say. For those people who want to have the experience transferred to them by reading this book, let me tell you what to do. You have to go and buy the book, and when you buy the book, make sure you have a bottle of wine also, right? And let's pour ourselves a glass of wine, and let's take a sip of that wine, and let's drink the wine, and let's read the book and learn something from it.
Yes.
Now, whose foot was it? My audience would love to know.
I'm sure they would. It's my foot. It's my foot on the label. I got the largest ink pad I could find, and I put my foot in it and put it on some artist paper and sent it off to a wonderful designer in Hollywood, and that's what she created.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get that website. You ready? Who wants to give it? Go ahead.
It's BarefootWineFounders.com. So Barefoot Wine, but BarefootWineFounders.com.
And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, top-notch advisors about business, correct?
Absolutely. We've had the experience and the success.
Yes, and our clients have to be successful for our own good.
And every deal that's consummated is settled with a bottle of wine, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Barefoot bubbly. We'll pop the cork.
It's a toast.
Ladies and gentlemen, funny people, great people, good business. Thanks for coming on to SNN Live. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Pleasure to have
Shelly.
you.